Sophia and Lawrence, a young couple, have just moved into a new apartment in a peaceful neighborhood in the United States. As they unpack, a loud noise catches Sophia's attention. She approaches the window and realizes it's coming from the neighboring apartment, where Amelia, an elderly lady, lives. "Lawrence, are you hearing that?" Sophia asks, slightly annoyed but curious. Lawrence, engrossed in an instruction manual, looks up. "The loud TV sound?" "Yeah, it's our neighbor," he replies, trying to sound indifferent. Sophia, with an uncomfortable expression, comments, "It's so loud. How can she watch like that?" Lawrence, trying to be practical, suggests, "Maybe I can offer her one of the wireless headphones we have. It might help, right?" Sophia looks at him skeptically but nods in agreement. A few hours later, Lawrence knocks on Amelia's door. The door opens slowly, revealing a gray-haired lady with a gentle but somewhat puzzled smile. "Hello, I'm Lawrence, your new neighbor," he introduces himself, extending his hand. Amelia gestures for Lawrence to speak louder, and Lawrence repeats what he just said but now louder. "I'm Amelia, and how can I help you?" Lawrence, a bit hesitant, explains, "We noticed that the volume of your TV is quite high. I work with technology and have a pair of wireless headphones. They might be helpful for you." Amelia, looking at the headphones with curiosity, politely smiles. "Thank you, young man, but my hearing isn't the best. I need the volume high to hear anything," she explains, somewhat embarrassed. Lawrence, sensing her discomfort, quickly says, "I completely understand, Amelia. If you need anything, we're right next door." Amelia thanks him again and slowly closes the door. Lawrence returns to the apartment where Sophia waits. "So, she needs the high volume because of her hearing?" she asks. Lawrence responds, looking a bit disappointed that he couldn't help, "Yes, Sophia." Gazing out the window at Amelia's apartment, Sophia murmurs, "Poor lady," her expression of concern softened by sudden empathy. Lawrence approaches Sophia, placing his hand on her shoulder. "Maybe we can find another way to help. Let's give it some time to settle in and better understand the situation," he suggests. Sophia nods, still looking out the window. "Yes, maybe you're right. Let's wait and see." Night falls, and the sound of Amelia's TV still echoes through the apartment walls. Sophia and Lawrence try to watch a movie, but the neighbor's TV sound prevails. Lawrence looks at Sophia, who tries to hide her discomfort, but her eyes reveal her true concern. "Let's try not to think about it for now," Lawrence suggests, trying to shift their focus to the movie. "Maybe the situation will improve tomorrow," Sophia agrees, forcing a smile. But her mind is already preoccupied, thinking about Amelia. The couple tries to adapt to their new reality while the sound of Amelia's TV continues, a constant reminder of their neighbor's presence. Sophia, sitting by her apartment window, attentively watches the neighboring apartment where Amelia lives. Her eyes convey a mixture of curiosity and compassion. In her thoughts, she imagines Amelia as the grandmother she never had, a lady filled with stories and wisdom accumulated over the years. She sighs, lost in reflections about her neighbor's loneliness. Noticing Sophia's thoughtful expression, Lawrence asks, "What are you thinking?" Sophia turns to him and responds in a soft voice, "I'm thinking about Mrs. Amelia. She seems so alone. I wonder what her life is like, her stories." Lawrence smiles and encourages Sophia, "Why don't you try talking to her? Who knows, you might discover more about her life." Sophia, a bit hesitant but encouraged, decides to take action. "Maybe I should. She might have many stories to share." In the following days, Sophia often finds herself looking out the window, trying to learn more about Amelia. She notices small details, how Amelia tends to her plants, the way she gazes out into the world with a look that mixes longing and resignation. One afternoon, Sophia decides to bring a cake to Amelia. She knocks on the door, her heart beating fast, a mixture of nervousness and excitement. The door opens, and Amelia looks at Sophia with a surprised expression. "Hello, I'm Sophia, your neighbor Lawrence's wife. I brought a cake for you," says Sophia with a warm smile. Amelia, surprised but visibly touched, invites Sophia inside. "How kind of you, dear. Please, come in." Inside the apartment, Sophia notices the loud volume of the TV. Amelia, sensing Sophia's gaze, apologizes. "I'm sorry for the loud sound. My hearing isn't what it used to be." Sophia empathetically replies, "Don't worry, Amelia. I understand." Amelia serves tea for Sophia, and they begin to talk. Sophia listens attentively as Amelia shares fragments of her life. With each story, Sophia feels a growing fondness for her neighbor. She starts to see Amelia not just as a neighbor, but as a familiar figure she had always wished to have in her life. The conversation extends for hours, and Sophia is amazed by the wealth of experiences and wisdom that Amelia shares. Between laughter and tears, Amelia narrates her youthful adventures, the challenges she faced, and the many loves she lived through. "You know, Sophia, life is a series of stories, some happy, others not so much. But all of them shape us," says Amelia with a distant look. Sophia, absorbed by Amelia's words, replies, "Your stories are incredible. You've lived through so much." Amelia smiles, a smile that carries decades of memories. "Oh, dear, and there's still so much to live, even in my golden years." The evening light streams through the window, illuminating both their faces, symbolizing the beginning of an unexpected friendship. As Sophia says her goodbyes, she asks Amelia, "I'd love to hear more about your life. Can I come back another day?" Amelia, with tears in her eyes, responds, "Of course, my dear. It will be a pleasure to have your company again." Sophia leaves Amelia's apartment deeply moved by the experience. She returns to her own apartment, where Lawrence awaits. "So, how was it?" Lawrence asks, curious. "It was amazing, Lawrence," Sophia responds, her eyes shining. Amelia is a fascinating woman. There's so much she has experienced, and I can't wait to hear more. Sophia looks out the window again, but this time with admiration and respect. She now understands that despite the loud TV sound, there is a wealth of life and history behind that neighbor's door, whom she barely knew. Amelia's loneliness has turned into an opportunity for a genuine friendship and the discovery of a new perspective on life. On a sunny morning, Sophia watches from her window as Amelia struggles with multiple shopping bags. Amelia's expression reveals exhaustion, and Sophia feels an urge to help. She quickly puts on her shoes and exits the apartment, catching up to Amelia in the hallway. "Amelia, let me help you with these bags," offers Sophia with a warm smile. Amelia, surprised and a little hesitant, responds, "Oh, dear, you don't need to bother." "It's no bother at all. I'd like to help," insists Sophia, taking some of the bags. As they walk towards Amelia's apartment, Sophia initiates a conversation. "Do you always shop alone, Amelia?" Amelia, with a gentle sigh, replies, "Yes, it's been a long time since I've been alone. My children and grandchildren live far away and rarely visit." Sophia, feeling a pang of sadness, says, "That must be hard. I'm so sorry." Amelia opens her apartment door, where the loud TV sound is immediately noticeable. "Sorry for the noise, dear," Sophia, placing the bags in the kitchen, responds kindly, "Don't worry, Amelia. I think I've gotten used to it." Then they begin to put away the groceries together, with Amelia pointing to where each item should go. Sophia returns to her apartment after helping Amelia and reflecting on Amelia's loneliness. She feels determined to be more present in Amelia's life, not just as a neighbor but as a truly caring friend. In her apartment, Sophia shares her experience with Lawrence. "Amelia is so lonely. Our visits may be the only interaction she has." Lawrence, listening attentively, replies, "That's sad, but it's great that you're there for her. Maybe we can do more to help." Sophia nods, deep in thought. Amelia deserves to feel like a part of a community. In the days that follow, she makes a conscious effort to visit Amelia regularly. With each visit, the bond between them strengthens. Amelia begins to share more about her life, revealing details of her youth, dreams, and challenges. The relationship between Sophia and Amelia turns into a source of joy and learning for both. With each visit, Sophia leaves Amelia's apartment feeling more enriched and connected, not only with Amelia but with the essence of life and human empathy itself. Days pass, and as International Women's Day approaches, Sophia, deep in thought in her apartment, contemplates a special way to honor Amelia. With a gentle smile, she says to Lawrence, "I want to do something special for Amelia on International Women's Day. She deserves some joy." Lawrence, looking at Sophia with admiration, responds, "That's a wonderful idea, Sophia. She'll love it." Sophia begins to plan her surprise. She remembers her conversations with Amelia, looking for clues about the perfect gift. Amelia mentioned she loved gardening in her youth. Sophia thinks aloud, perhaps something for her balcony garden. The next day, Sophia sets out in search of the perfect gift. She visits several stores, carefully examining each item, pondering between different options, colorful pots, gardening tools, and various plants. Finally, her eyes fixate on a set of ceramic pots decorated with delicate floral designs. "Perfect," she whispers, a smile lighting up her face. While waiting in line at the checkout, she imagines Amelia's reaction. "I hope she likes it," she tells herself, feeling a mix of anticipation and nervousness. Arriving home, Sophia wraps the gift with care, choosing colorful wrapping paper and an elegant ribbon. She writes a card with a heartfelt message for Amelia in appreciation for all the stories and wisdom shared. "Happy International Women's Day with love, Sophia." The next day, Sophia knocks on Amelia's door, her heart pounding with anticipation. Amelia opens the door, surprised to see Sophia with a gift in hand. "What's this, dear?" Amelia asks, her eyes shining with curiosity. Sophia smiles, handing the gift to Amelia. "A small gesture for International Women's Day. I hope you like it." Amelia, touched, carefully unwraps the gift. When she sees the ceramic pots, tears fill her eyes. "Oh, Sophia, it's beautiful. You remembered my passion for gardening." Sophia watches, relieved and happy, as Amelia admires the pots. "I knew you would like them," Sophia says, feeling a wave of joy and connection. Amelia, looking at Sophia with gratitude, says, "You have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you for remembering me on this special day." Amelia runs her fingers over the floral designs on the pots, each touch a memory of younger days. "These pots will bring so much life to my balcony," she says with a choked voice. Sophia, observing Amelia, feels a deep satisfaction. "Therefore, your plants and flowers, I thought it might be a good way to bring a little bit of nature closer to you." Amelia carefully places the pots on the table, turning to Sophia with a radiant smile. "You've made this day very special, my dear. Your kindness has warmed my heart." The conversation flows naturally between them now, not just as neighbors but as friends who share a genuine connection. Amelia tells Sophia about the garden she tended to in her youth, her favorite flowers, and the simple joys of watching something grow under her care. Sophia listens attentively, each of Amelia's stories weaving a richer tapestry of her life. "You have such a beautiful story, Amelia. I love hearing about your gardening days and all the other stories you have to tell," Sophia says. Amelia, with a twinkle in her eye, replies, "And now, thanks to you, I can create new memories. These pots will be the beginning of a new garden." Sophia says her goodbyes to Amelia, leaving her with her new pots and a heart full of joy. As she walks back to her apartment, Sophia reflects on the power of a simple gesture. A small thing can mean so much, she thinks, a smile forming on her lips. Lawrence, seeing her return, asks, "How was it, Sophia?" Sophia responds with an emotional voice, "It was wonderful. Amelia loved the gift. I feel like I really made a difference in her day." Amelia is revitalized by Sophia's company, a reminder that even in the later chapters of life, new bonds can be formed and loneliness can be replaced with moments of shared joy. Sophia and Amelia's story becomes a testament to the beauty of intergenerational friendship, showing how care, empathy, and genuine interest can transcend age barriers, creating lasting bonds and enriching both of their lives. During their frequent visits, Sophia and Amelia develop a pleasant routine of conversations and companionship. On one of these afternoons, as they share a cup of tea in Amelia's living room filled with photos and memories, Sophia notices an old black and white photograph showing Amelia surrounded by a smiling family. "Amelia, who are these people in the photo?" Sophia asks, pointing to the faded image. Amelia looks at the photograph with a distant gaze and a slight smile. "Oh, that was my family, my children and grandchildren, on a birthday many years ago." Amelia's expression changes, becoming more melancholic. Sophia notices the shift and asks gently, "Do you still see them?" Amelia sighs, a sigh that seems to carry years of longing. "No, dear. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. Life took each of us on a different path, and contact faded over the years." Sophia, feeling a wave of compassion, places her hand on Amelia's. "It must be tough, the loneliness." Amelia nods, her eyes welling up with tears. "Yes, it's hard. I'm so proud of them, but I miss the company, the laughter, the conversations. The silence can be so heavy at times." The conversation takes a more intimate turn, with Amelia sharing more about her life. She talks about the happy days she spent with her family, moments of togetherness and celebration, and how things changed over time. "They have their own lives now, their own families. I understand, but still, the house feels empty without them," Amelia confesses, her voice trembling. Sophia listens attentively, her heart heavy with Amelia's sadness. "Amelia, I'm so sorry. No one should feel so alone." Amelia smiles, grateful for Sophia's empathy. Silence falls between them, a comfortable silence filled with understanding and mutual affection. "Sophia, I promise I'll be here for you. We'll create new memories together," Sophia says, determined. Amelia, with tears in her eyes, replies, "Thank you, dear. You've already brought so much joy into my days." Sophia adds, "Amelia, you've brought so much wisdom and joy into my life. It's like I've gained a new family." Their bond grows, strengthened with each conversation and shared laugh. Amelia, who once spent her days in solitude, now has Sophia as a constant and comforting presence. In turn, Sophia discovers in Amelia a source of inspiration and an unexpected friendship that enriches her life. Lawrence, observing this change, notices the positive impact that the friendship has on Sophia's life. In a conversation with Sophia, he says, "You seem so happy lately. I think your friendship with Amelia has been wonderful for you, Sophia." Sophia reflects on his words. "You're right, Lawrence. Amelia has taught me to cherish small moments and the importance of listening. Our neighborhood has become a warmer place with her in my life." Lawrence, with an affectionate smile, adds, "And I think you've brought a lot of joy into her life too. It's nice to see how you both support each other." Sophia's visits also begin to have an effect on the neighborhood. Seeing the frequency of her visits to Amelia, neighbors start showing more interest in each other, creating a sense of a closer and friendlier community. One afternoon, as Sophia gets ready to visit Amelia, she encounters a neighbor in the hallway. "It's so good to see you looking after Miss Amelia. It inspired me to visit Mrs. Jones in the apartment next door," the neighbor says with a smile. Sophia, surprised and delighted by the ripple effect of her friendship with Amelia, responds, "That's wonderful. I think we all need a little more connection in our lives." Through the friendship between Sophia and Amelia, they not only enriched their own lives, but also positively influenced the neighborhood, bringing a new sense of community and mutual care. As her friendship with Amelia develops, Sophia begins to notice a significant shift in her own perception. What was once a constant annoyance, the loud sound of Amelia's TV, now transforms into a comforting sound, a reminder of her friend's presence in the apartment next door. On a quiet evening, as Sophia and Lawrence sit in their living room, the sound of Amelia's TV softly seeps through the walls. Sophia turns to Lawrence and comments, "Have you noticed that Amelia's TV no longer bothers me?" Lawrence, with an understanding smile, replies, "Yes, I've noticed. It's amazing how things change when we understand people's stories." Sophia reflects on Lawrence's words. "You know, in the beginning, I just thought of the noise as annoying. But now, that sound makes me feel like Amelia is okay. It's become a sign of her presence, of her life happening," she continues. "Being with Amelia has taught me a lot about patience and understanding. Everyone has their battles, their stories. I've learned to listen more, not just to words, but also to the sounds of life around me," Sophia says. Lawrence nods, impressed by the maturity and empathy that Sophia demonstrates. "Amelia has brought more than friendship into your life. She's given you a new way to see the world," he says. Sophia smiles, looking in the direction of Amelia's apartment. "Yes, she has. And Amelia has shown me that sometimes we need to adjust our focus to see beauty in imperfections, to find comfort in the most unexpected places." The sound of the TV, once a source of irritation, is now a gentle reminder of the friendship and bond she has formed with Amelia. As Amelia's birthday approaches, Sophia dedicates herself to organizing a special surprise. She decides to gather the neighbors for an intimate celebration to show Amelia how much she is loved and valued by the community. Sophia, with enthusiasm, approaches each neighbor, sharing her idea and inviting them to join. "I'm planning a small surprise party for Amelia's birthday," explained Sophia to one of the neighbors. "It would be wonderful if you could come. Amelia has been a light in our neighborhood." The neighbors respond with enthusiasm, touched by Sophia's initiative. "Of course, Sophia. Amelia is an incredible lady. Count me in," one of them replies. The big day arrives, and Sophia makes sure everything is perfect. She decorates the building's common room with balloons, flowers, and a banner that reads, "Happy Birthday, Amelia." The neighbors bring dishes of food, while Sophia sets up a dessert table, including Amelia's famous apple pie. Amelia, with no idea of what awaits her, is escorted by Sophia to the common room under some pretext. Upon entering, she's greeted by a chorus of surprise from everyone present. Amelia is completely taken aback, her hands covering her mouth in shock. "What's this for, me?" Amelia asks, tears glistening in her eyes. "Yes, Amelia. It's your special day, and we all wanted to celebrate with you," replied Sophia, embracing her warmly. The neighbors approach, wishing Amelia a happy birthday and expressing their gratitude for her presence in the community. Amelia, moved, can hardly find words to express her thanks. I don't know what to say. This is so wonderful. Thank you all," Amelia says, her voice choked with emotion. The party unfolds with a warm and joyful atmosphere. Sophia and the neighbors share stories about Amelia, celebrating not only her birthday but also the friendship and love she has inspired in all of them. As the party continues, Sophia watches the scene, a smile of satisfaction lighting up her face. She approaches Lawrence, who is also part of the celebration. "Look at what we've accomplished together. Amelia is so happy," she says. Lawrence, looking around, agrees, "It's incredible, Sophia. You've created something truly special here." Amelia's happiness is a reflection of everyone's care and effort. The community is gathered, neighbors chatting, laughing, some dancing to the sound of soft music. Amelia's figure, surrounded by friends and admirers, stands out. She smiles, her hands trembling slightly as she holds a piece of apple pie that she taught Sophia to make herself. Amelia turns to Sophia and says, "You did all this for me? I never imagined I'd have a birthday like this again." Sophia, with tears in her eyes, replies, "You deserve this and so much more, Amelia. You've given us so much. It was time for us to give back some of the love and joy you've shared with us." Amelia, looking around the room filled with neighbors who have become friends, feels a wave of emotion. "I'm so grateful. You've all made this day unforgettable." The friendship between Amelia and Sophia, which began with a minor annoyance, has blossomed into a beautiful web of care and support, showing that true community is built on acts of understanding, acceptance, and unconditional love. Amelia realized that family isn't always blood, and that her neighbor had given her the feeling of loving someone again, even after the abandonment by her own family. Thank you for joining us today on Deep Stories. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video.